Hey there everyone, this is Park from Team Shockwave, and today I'll be doing another tips and tricks episode based on the new Blackwing support. With Return to Blink coming in this Friday, I want to show you guys what these new cards can do for you and in the current format. So let's begin with the video. Alright guys, so I'm going to start this video with something a little more basic. In this kind of scenario, I'll summon Shura. From here, I'll have Shura attack this monster and they're going to be sent to the graveyard. When that happens, Shura's effect will activate. Allow me to special summon any Blackwing monster from my deck to the field with 1500 or less attack, but its effects are negated. So before the new support, we usually have two choices, well, ideal choices in this case. First will be Gale. Gale is the perfect card to get out just because you can synchro summon into level 7 monster on your main phase 2, and you have value. Back when value was still valuable, especially in value turbo, you can get it out into a level 5 synchro summon monster. So from there, but this time you have a third option, and I think it's the best option to bring out, and that is the new card Pinaka. Pinaka is a level 3 tuner as well, so you don't really have to waste bringing out a Gale to the field, because especially since Gale effect is pretty good and it can special summon itself. Not only that, but when Pinaka is sent to the graveyard on the turn of the end phase, you can actually add a Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand. So it's a great card to have to build more cards in your hand. So you can add cards like Clue to your hand just in case that you want to be more protective on your opponent's next turn. But keep in mind that Pinaka can only be synchro summoning into a Blackwing synchro monster. So from here, I'm just gonna special summon my Pinaka, attack if I can, and then main phase 2. Synchro summon into this time Armor Master. You have a second choice now when it comes to synchro summoning into a level 7 Blackwing, and that is Blackwing Tamer Hawk Joe. Hawk Joe allows you to special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster once per turn. A second effect is that if Hawk Joe is targeted by a card effect or by attack, you can change that target to a different Blackwing monster if it's very appropriate. It's a great card to have, but in this situation, if you don't have any Blackwing monsters in your graveyard to special summon with Hawk Joe's effect, I'd rather recommend that you should just stay with Armor Master, but leave your Armor Master in defense mode, just because that your opponents could go into 1-on-1 and take that away, and since Armor Master cannot be destroyed by battle, you don't really have to much worry about destroying by battle. So from there, you can just go to your end phase, activate Pinaka's effect, and then search for any Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand, depending on the situation of your game. And that's pretty much it for the first tips and tricks. So let's go to the next one. Alright guys, for the next tips and trick, I'm going to go into a rank 7 monster. So first, I'm going to normal summon a Blackwing monster, and then special summon cards like Gale to the field. Go into a rank 7 synchro monster, so I'm going to get out Hawk Joe. From there, I'm going to activate Hawk Joe's effect, which is an ignition effect, so I can special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from my graveyard to the field. And at this point, if you're attacking your opponents directly, you can do as max of 5100 damage to your opponents alone. From that point, after you attack, you can go to your main phase 2 to exceed summon into, where is it? Draco Sack. From this point, I'd rather send Hawk Joe to the field just in case you want to bring it back from the graveyard, and then produce my 2 tokens. So first, in this gameplay, you're doing massive damage, and then at the end, you're playing big defense just so you can play it safe. And that's pretty much it for the second part of tips and tricks. Alright guys, so the next part of the video, I'm going to base my combo off of Black Whirlwind. So first, I'm gonna normal summon Blizzard. Black Whirlwind's effect will activate, allow me to add Orochi to my hand. Then at this point, Blizzard effects will kick in, allow me to special summon Shura to the field. And now I can special summon Orochi from my hand just because I control a Blackwing monster. Now I'm gonna synchro summon these two into Armwing. And now I'm gonna synchro summon again into Hawk Joe. Oroshi's effect will activate, allow me to choose any of my opponent's monsters and switch to the opposite position. So I'm going to switch the Ragnarok Dragon to defense mode. Now I'm going to activate Hawk Joe's effect, allowing me to special summon Black Armwing to the field. At this point, I can have Arming attack the monster, and its effect will increase his attack by 500 when he does the piercing damage. And this way you can do more damage with the situation you have now. I'm going to show you another situation of the same combo here. Alright guys, so same setup again. I'll normal summon my Blizzard, Whirlwinds will activate, get Orochi to my hand, and then special summon my Shurish from the grave, special summon the Orochi. I'm going to synchro summon into my new Blackwing monster, Blackwing Nothing. Nothing allows me to inflict 800 damage to my opponents when it's special summoned. Also, I can choose one of my opponent's monsters, and that monster's attack and defense will lose 800 permanently. And then the last part of the effect that I can perform an additional normal summon of a Blackwing monster. Once those effects are already activated, I'm going to synchro summon again into Hawk Joe. Orochi effect will activate, allowing me to change the position of one of my opponent's monster. Now I'm going to use Hawk Joe's effect, special summon Nothing back to the field, and if you haven't normal summoned already, do the additional normal summon of when Nothing's on the field. Keep in mind that you will only activate the burn damage once per turn, so you can't really spam with this effect. And with this part of the combo, you can actually do more damage what I showed you previously, especially if you normal summon and you already did 800 damage right before you attack. So pretty good combo right here. I'm going to show you the last combo, which I think is pretty useful. Here's a nice tip about Blackwing. You can actually search out with the effect again thanks to Blackwing Nothing. Like I mentioned before, Blackwing Nothing can allow you to perform additional normal summon of a Blackwing monster once per turn. So after you bring it out, say with Blizzard, you can just normal summon again with cards like Chris. From there, Whirlwind's effect will activate, allow you to add cards like Boro to your hand, special summon right away, and then if you have a clear field, you can just attack with Boro, Chris, and Nothing, and then on your main phase 2, go into a rank 4 summon of Cowboy and inflict 800 damage to your opponents. And you already did 800 damage to your opponents earlier when you brought out Nothing. So at this point, calculating all the damage your opponents took, you're inflicting 7,600 damage to your opponents, and if you have that clue in your hand, you actually can go for game. So that's pretty much it for the video. Overall, I really enjoyed this new support. They're a step up compared to the cards we received back in Dragon and Legend, but even though these cards are not game breaking, it's still a step in the right direction. So what you guys think about these new support? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Parker from Team Shockwave, signing out.